Hello everyone, my name is Nayeli and I am making this video with some information of what I've learned the most about the passive voice, and I hope that it can help you in the future with future activities. And so yeah, just as a kind of like as a summary of the passive voice, or both active and passive, just so we can, before we start reviewing the sentences, I want to remind everyone that we usually speak in the active voice. Like I want to say 90-95% of the time, naturally we speak in the active voice, right? And the active voice is just simply your subject plus your verb and plus your object when we're specifically talking about the active voice. The passive, we almost don't use it too much. I want to say the least, and the place. So here, as teachers, the most important thing is to know when your student is going to use these techniques. And so, researching it, I found that the passive voice is used the most in like research, or in a lot of, professional documentation of different processes and things like that. Not in like el inglés cotidiano, por decir. You don't really hear people walking down the street using the passive voice. That would just be really weird. The reason for that is because usually we focus and we want to focus on the subject, right? On the person actually doing whatever is being done. But the passive voice, we really focus on the object, right? We focus on the object, and then we have my be or my to be as my auxiliary, and whatever other auxiliary I need in that moment, plus my verb. And then plus my subject all the way at the end, because we don't really care on who is doing those actions, but we care the most on the object. So just that's a kind of like very key information. So just looking at the questions or the sentences that I saw, these are the ones that I saw we kind of have to review. Number 2 says flying debris. It's right here. Flying debris hit some people and killed them. So here the only thing that I can it's very close on the answer. The only thing that I would give you as a clue here is to follow the verb order. So, for example, here in the first active, it says hit, the debris hit some people and killed them. So, I would keep those verbs hit and killed in the same order. So, the sentence should say, some people were hit and killed by flying debris. And because you first have to, yeah, so I see what happened here. We try to use hit as, like in Spanish we would say por el golpe de flying debris, but we don't say that in English. We use, in this case we're using hit and kill as verbs. You can use hit as a noun, like, but we really want to follow the organization of the active sentence. We don't want to be switching kind of like those little details around for the students. We don't want to like confuse them. So that's what I would say. Some people were hit and killed by flying debris. Good. So that was number 2. Number 6 says, now 10 days after Hurricane Katrina struck New Orleans, the rescuers find very few people alive. The only thing that I can talk about here that needs to be changed is that in the active sentence, the verb is in the present. The verb is find. The rescuers find very few people. So in the passive, very few people are found. Yes, so we'd have to switch the were for are just to keep it in the present passive voice. Good. The next one we have was 7. That says those that don't want rescuers to find them hide. And so this is kind of like, it goes back to the review that I just did, where in this active sentence, it's so hard. So this is how I think I would. Sorry, this is how I would write that sentence. There would actually need to be a comma after those, because we're describing those with that don't want to be found. Okay, so hide. So this is actually my sentence, and that comma was the only thing I changed. It's super important that we realize because we actually only have, in this case, a subject, those, and a verb, hide. We don't actually have an object in this active voice. Like we don't have. We actually, it wouldn't be natural to put an object here, like because yeah, just take a second to think about that, but we don't have an object here. In order to write the sentence in the passive voice, we need an object. We need an object. And so in this case, what I'm saying is like, it would be better if we put those that don't want to be, that don't want their things to be found, hide them in the car. So then we have the object as them, or the things that they don't want them to find are hidden in the car. Okay, so I hope that that wasn't too confusing. So that was number 7. So in this case, we just actually have to switch this or see if we can add an object to create a correct passive voice. There's no object in that one. Let's go to number 10. And actually, I might stop the recording here.